iOS 26.1 is shaping up to be an amazing update. Now, with the initial beta release of iOS 26.1 with Beta 1, Apple had actually made quite a few changes and also removed some things, especially they toned down the liquid glass effect on a few of the UI elements on iOS 26. But now with this new update, it's actually much better. They have added more liquid glass effects, and the effects that they showed, they actually previewed at WWDC 2025, are starting to show up on iOS 26, which is really amazing. So let's go ahead and take a look at this latest update and see what's new. We have a lot to talk about here, a lot of new features and changes on the new iOS 26.1. Now we're starting things off with this. The alarm screen on iOS 26.1 now has a slide to stop button. It won't actually be that easy to now stop your alarms. You will have to slide here in order to stop an alarm. Of course, you will have the snooze button, and there underneath it, instead of a stop button, you will have slide to stop. Now the same thing will happen also with timers. You will have basically the same screen slide to stop for the timers and alarms as well. Moving on to the home screen, and if we go to folder right here, you can notice a change here. So now Apple has aligned the text right here, the title of the folder, to the left. You have previously seen Apple do this on iOS 26, like the password screens, they have the text aligned to the left. Now they have done the same thing with the folders here, and the text is also much bolder. Now you will be able to find the same thing on the settings app as well. If we go to something like the general settings, for example, you can see the header right there is now aligned to the left. So basically anywhere you go where you have a header on the settings of your iOS 26 device, you will basically now see everything just aligned to the left. That's something that Apple has done throughout iOS 26. So basically everything now aligns to the left. Moving on to the Photos app, now we have a few changes here. First of all, liquid glass is back on the Photos app. So the buttons that you see right here on the Photos app now have the liquid glass effect back again. It changed to the frosted effect, now is back to the liquid glass, which looks much better. And now you also have the preview of the images right here. Now this used to be a feature before on iOS, but Apple had removed it. I believe it was on iOS 17, and then they removed it on iOS 18. It's now back where you'll see a preview of all of your media right here, which is really awesome. And also when you hold a photo right here and you want to take an action, you will see that this menu has actually changed. So now instead of having the share, favorite, and delete right here on the list, you will actually have them right there at the top. A very nice change in my opinion, having basically some of the buttons that you will probably use the most on your photos right here at the top instead of having them on a list with all the other things. And one really great thing that they have done with the liquid glass design is that they have brought the liquid glass effect to the dock on iOS 26. The first time that the dock on iOS 26 has the real liquid glass effect, as you can see it right here. Previously it did have it, but it was kind of frosted and it was not the same as the icons, the background of the icons or the widgets right here. And now, as you can see right here, it does have the true liquid glass effect on the dock, which makes it look much better. And as I said, Apple has brought some of the animations that we have seen on the preview of iOS 26 at WWDC 2025. They have finally brought those to iOS with iOS 26.1 Beta 2. Like you can see right here, if I just 3D touch on the Bluetooth or the AirDrop here or the Wi-Fi to expand the menu, you will see that effect where it basically turns from a circle to the menu. So it has a pretty cool effect. It's better to see it on slow motion. It looks much better and you will notice the effect better, but it's actually pretty cool. Now the effects and the animations have changed a lot with this update. Also on other parts, like when trying to tap the search and going from the search to the menu right here, there is a slight change on that animation, and you will also notice a slight change here, like a bounce on the animations on the home screen when actually swiping up to close an app or when opening an app, you will see a slight change and a bounce there on the animation, which is actually pretty cool. And now we're moving to the settings app. Now with the settings app, we have a new section here. When you go to privacy and security, again, you can see the header right there on the left. If we swipe all the way down here, you will see a new section for background security improvements. So you will have this enabled by default once you update to iOS 26.1 beta 2, and it basically will improve, will provide additional protection to your iPhone in between software updates. You will have a whole explanation right here. You can tap on, of course, a view more right there to go to the support and basically just learn more about it, but it basically offers support for your device in between software updates instead in case something goes wrong. So you will have a whole explanation right there for that. Another change that you will see on the settings on iOS 26.1 beta 2 is that finally, when you go to brightness, display and brightness, you will see the stock iOS 26 wallpaper on the preview right here instead of seeing the old iOS 18 wallpaper. Now it would be actually cool if you would see your own wallpaper right here, but Apple has decided to go with the stock iOS 26 wallpaper. And the last feature we're talking about on this video can be found on the workout on the fitness app. Actually, when you go to the new workout section right here, now this is a new section also added with iOS 26.1, but with the first beta, now you can create custom workouts from here. Previously, you would have just the workouts that you have on your Apple Watch. Now you can tap that little button right there, tap on select, and choose here any of the workouts and go ahead and create a workout directly from the fitness app on your iPhone. So these are some of the new features and changes that you will find on iOS 26 beta 2. A pretty cool update with a lot of new features and changes that make this a great update. Now we had a lot of them on the first beta, some more on the second beta, and we will have probably more new features and adjustments on the third beta. Talking about that, I would expect Apple to actually go now on a weekly schedule when it comes to releasing new betas of iOS 26.1. In that case, we will have the third beta next week. So the 13th, either the 13th or maybe the 14th of October should be the dates that Apple releases iOS 26.1 beta 3, and most likely then we will either get the fourth beta or the RC a week after that. In that case, if we get the RC on the 20th, then the 27th should be the date that Apple releases this update to the public. Or it might happen that they will release another beta, meaning that the RC will be on the 27th, and then of course the final release on the 3rd of November. So that's basically it for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and you found it helpful. If you did, smash that like button and of course subscribe for more videos. I will see you on the next one.